Welcome back to the channel, RacerX here, and today I am in Lakeland, Florida to visit a good buddy, somebody who actually showed up in a really cool car at the unveiling of my Demon, and many of you guys may know who he is. He's kind of famous for all of his Hellcat swaps and some different things like that. Today we're going to go visit Boosted Motorsports, and he's going to show us some of his really cool cars, and we might go hooning around in one of his special projects. It should be a really fun day. If you guys are brand new to the channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe. You can find that button right over here. And off we go.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Oh, there's our man, John, right there, buddy. How you doing today?
Good, man. You?
Good, man. So John from Boosted Motorsports. I know we talked a little bit in the past about getting this collab in, and I've been a little bit elusive, so my apologies. But dude, I'm sitting here looking at just a couple of cars that you have here in your garage. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you're going on, because I see one of my favorite cars of all time just sitting here, just chilling. So what have you got for us?
So this is a 2000 Dodge Viper GTS ACR edition. I bought it probably almost 10 years ago now. So I got it before all the prices went crazy, but
smart man.
Yeah, even though it kind of looks, if you come around the side, you'll see it's lowered, full bolt-ons. I've taken this car completely apart on our channel and rebuilt the whole thing. It's got bigger brakes.
Dude, this is an ACR nonetheless, right? So that's, people don't know. I mean, that's more of a racing edition type car, right? I mean, it's a little more powerful, just a little bit more visceral. Yeah. And you've had it for 10 years. So, I mean, I understand you've done like quite a bit to it. It's nothing super crazy, but you've done a lot to make this car kind of your own. Yeah.
A lot of people think that the ACR came out with like the later version, the Gen 5, but it actually came out on these. It came out in 99. So a little bit, like not too much that they did differently. A little bit more power. It came with coilovers from the factory, 5-point harness.
Yeah. Dude,
we'll take this out at some point. We'll take it out.
We need to get this out. I love the Vipers, man. You know that. Like, dude, this thing is sick. I want to walk around this and just give them a real quick look at this thing, but because you've got different wheels on it, obviously. Look at how nice the interior is on this thing, guys. And one of my favorite things, obviously, this is a GTS, and with the GTS, obviously, you're going to get this thing right here. I love that, like that C, the way this car looks. And man, you just did a great job with this.
Give him a little teaser of the future plans here.
What do you have there?
Gen 5
just
motor.
A small little Viper engine.
Just forged Viper motor. Don't look at this.
Well, what's this guy over here?
So this also owned since it was almost new. It's 2005 Dodge Ram SRT10 Viper powered. So.
Dude, you just got Viper motors just sitting everywhere. No big deal. Nothing to see here.
When I was like 18, I made a joke to my mom and I was like, "Hey, you should buy this." And she was like, "All right, I'll buy it."
That's hilarious.
We ended up with it, and it's been in the family ever since.
Dude, this truck is sick, man. I've driven several of these, and they are a really interesting, unique truck to drive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
so
I mean, the thing is, like, it was really fast for its time, but now it's. You guys will see a little bit later in this video. It's probably the slowest thing I own.
That's hilarious. Well, speaking of that, what else do you got? Should we maybe take a look at some other stuff you got?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's go take a look. So he has a massive shop back here, and you have another one of my favorite cars sitting right here. This thing is awesome. A lot of people don't know, I've had 5 Corvettes. I love the C5. So tell us what in the world you have created here.
So, like you, I'm a Mopar guy, but a lot of your subscribers might be mad about this as well. We also like our LSs.
I still like me a Corvette.
So backstory on this, I picked this up. I wanted a road race car, even though you just saw the Viper ACR. That one's way too expensive to run on the track. So I picked up this beater Corvette for 12 grand.
You bought a Z06 for 12 grand.
With the Pro Charger. So.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. Let's look at that real quick. So not to mention he's got a Pro Charger hanging off the front of this. So this is a power car right here.
Yeah, so and it was kind of it was just a head case of a car. I bought it off a guy. It was 12 grand. Clean title car with the Pro Charger, but it was running weird. The guy put a Kenny Bell booster pump on it because he thought it needed more fuel. And
that's hilarious.
It had a diesel tune on it. It was
a diesel tune.
Rolling box smoke out the back.
Dude, but I mean, I was kind of looking at this car just now. I mean, like, you've done quite a bit to this to make this even more fun. So your plans for this car, you're actually going to take this out to like road course races.
Yeah, so this is going to be like our road course duty car, autocross car. We're going to take it to Sebring, take it to the firm. We're actually going to LS Fest in 2 weeks with it. So,
dude,
this is just my toy. This is one where if I mess up, and I don't often, but if I do, parts are cheap for this.
I mess up all the time, man. That's what I do. I'm a pro. Dude, this is really cool. I want to show everybody the inside just really quick. And this is basically his dedicated race car that he bid. 12 grand is just really ridiculous for a car like this. So he obviously found a really good deal. Matter of fact, let's fire it up real quick. right, buddy. So I see a couple other trucks on the rack here. I know you're kind of known for some of your truck stuff. Maybe give us a quick run through, because these are really cool. One of these I'm pretty familiar with. So maybe tell us, what's this gray truck you have here?
So I guess we'll probably start on this one, because this was the first thing that started it. So
yeah,
I wanted to do something probably about 4 or 5 years ago that was a little bit off the charts. So we Hellcat swapped this, but not only Hellcat swapped it, we completely changed the interiors, running full 2019 electronics, red key, everything. But you've seen this.
I have seen that car before. Check it out, guys. I found this thing out here at my event. It is called the Hellcat.
We took a Dodge Dakota RT and it didn't have enough power. We debated building up the Magnum platform, but decided we were going to Hemi swap it, and then I figured if I Hemi swapped it, we would have boosted it, so why not just start with
just throw a Hellcat in it. And everything about this thing, the seats in it are gorgeous, and yes, it literally looks like a Charger in here. As you can see, it's got the dash in here. This whole thing is literally just like the inside of a Charger Hellcat. I love that that thing has a Hellcat. It trips me out to see a Dakota, which obviously it says Hellcat right there, and you actually did show me this car before, which is one of the reasons I wanted to come by, because I think that is so cool. And you're doing a few other little bitty fine tuning things to this thing.
Yeah, just little things. I mean, I can tell you guys. So the supercharger coolant pump, it ended up going out on it. They're notorious for going bad, so you got to get one of those back in there, and then we can go for a rip.
But dude, the trippy thing is that thing looks like a Charger on the inside.
Yeah, it's got all Dodge Charger, 8.4 touchscreen. It's got everything.
So we got a future video coming on
Definitely.
that, 100%. And then of course we got a cool one today that's similar to that.
Yeah.
But so what's going on with this guy here?
So that kind of started this. So this is actually a customer vehicle. So they brought us this bone stock, I think it was a V6, honestly, car or truck.
Okay.
And we ended up taking the engine out, doing a full color change, full suspension, and it's going to have a 426 with a 3-liter whipple.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. 426 with a freaking 3-liter. And we know the 3-liter whipple makes big power.
Yeah.
So
and we're doing everything here in-house. I'm actually building the engine over there on the stand, so all MMX. And
so, a little 1500 horsepower truck never hurt nobody, right?
Little easy horsepower.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Well, now I want to ask you about this, right? So you were telling me about this, but maybe you can walk everybody through what in the world you have created here, because it looks like my car.
So I'll give you a picture that you can put up on the screen here, what this car looked like before.
Okay.
We picked up this car, it was dirt cheap, and it was on fire. The transmission exploded.
Yeah.
Completely stripped it down to the frame and then just started over. So we sandblasted the whole frame, painted it, and then I put a fully built engine in it. Again, I built the engine, but full MMX built engine. It's a 6.2 still, but CNC ported heads, E85. I don't know what kind of power it's making, but
dudes,
we ended up on our dyno. We put down 958.
You're spinning that little 2.4 hard.
Yeah, and
that's
it cut
awesome.
out at 958, so we really don't know what it's making.
Oh my gosh, dude! I'll bet you this Joker fly. This could be a fun race for my Demon 170 if I ever get it back. That is so cool. So this whole car caught on fire.
Yep. Yeah.
And you blew the whole car apart and rebuilt it basically brand new.
Yeah, I tried to do even better than new. So I actually put clear coat, and we actually painted orange all the way back on the firewall when it was just normally it's factory primer back there.
Dude, and you showed me one other cool thing. I do want to show them really quick. There's a special little thing in the back of the car. Let's just take a look. So where did we get this car from?
Nashville.
That's why. So take a look. He's going to show us something.
We got it.
So so right here, just take a quick look at this. What do you think that is from? He's digging it out. Yeah, there's just a 9mm.
A little bit of lead here. we dug this out of the muffler.
In true Hellcat style. And one other thing we did kind of gloss over, check this out. He's got a 15-inch conversion on the back of the car, which is perfect, right? Because we know he's making big power in this car. This is one thing I would really like to do to my Demon 170 because that car is so hard to get off the line. He's already got this thing ready to go. Obviously, it doesn't have the wide body in the back, so I think those are 275s. But that big sidewall, that is what really can help this car to be consistent. So he's already got that rolling for him. And I just want to give you a real quick look at the interior of this thing he has created. He's very meticulous when he does these cars. You see, got the Alcantara steering wheel on this, full Hellcat. I mean, it looks like this thing is brand new on the inside of this. And to think this thing was in a fire, it's crazy to me because it looks so nice on the inside. All right, now this is the truck that we actually came to take a closer look at today. And this thing is wild looking, man. It looks a lot like the Dakota or the Hellcat, but this is like Hellcat, what, 2.0?
This is kind of my version 2 of the Hellcat swap Dakota. So I put it in a newer chassis. It's a 2014 Ram 1500 single cab.
Okay.
In my opinion, it's kind of like the SRT that Dodge never made, or Mopar or Ram. So It's got a Hellcat motor in it, of course.
Yep,
but
let's take a look.
Not just the Hellcat motor.
Yeah.
It's full E85, 1700cc injectors.
Got big old injectors and E85.
Got dual pumps on it. So.
And stock pulley?
No, 285 upper.
285 upper.
Yeah.
So he's making some power in
So
this.
we can put a lot more through this, but the thing is, it's still on the stock Ram 1500 transmission. So it still has an 8 HP 70 on it.
Does it really?
So we ran a 10.6 with the transmission slipping the whole time. So this is a low 10-second truck as it sits, but once we build the transmission, we'll be able to turn it with the power. But, But I think you want to show them the side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So take a look at the side profile of this
drag
thing.
pack on it. Yeah.
He's got, I mean, this thing's made to go. He's got the full well drag pack on it. So he's got the skinnies in the front, as you can see there. And then, of course, we jump back here. And the one thing I love about this is take a look at the tires. You can always tell when somebody uses this thing. See kind of this like spalling. That is how I know somebody's actually getting after it with their truck. Yeah. And let's take a look at the inside just really quick, because you did a good job with the inside of this too. So you can see he's got that like Ram 1500 steering wheel in it. Obviously, we know it's a single cab. But take a look up here. That is not a standard dash that you would find in something like this. And then look at the seats. He's got Hellcat seats, all leather in here. And I think you mentioned that like the center console there, that's different, right?
Yeah, so this was originally a base model truck. I'm not done with it, of course, so I still got to finish like the bezel and stuff like that. And it was, did you show them the windows?
No.
It has a roll-up windows still and manual door locks.
It's got old school roll-up window. So you got a Hellcat making probably freaking 900 horsepower to the crank.
This is actually, I think right now it's almost lighter than a Hellcat car.
Oh, I believe this is probably, probably
it's
several hundred pounds.
There. I think it's around 4,500 pounds.
Is it?
Depending on how your Hellcat car, your Challenger is trimmed out,
right?
It could actually be lighter.
Dude.
So, and we got beefed up rear bars in the back, so we got.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see when we get under here. Yeah, you can kind of get a look there. So they do kind of hang low there. But man, you got a lot going on with this truck. Yeah. I'm kind of eager to take this thing down the road and see what it drives like.
Yeah,
let's get it. So we are officially aboard the Hell Ram, not the Hellcota, the Hell Ram. This is the newer project, and it actually drives remarkably smooth. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, it's like I drove this all the way to Kentucky towing the Hellcota. Actually,
did you really?
Yeah. I towed the Hellcota all the way to Kentucky with this, and I was just like cruising and chilling.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, it's a utility vehicle.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
10.6, I mean, you guys at drag race, you realize there's nothing shabby about a 10.6, and this obviously has a lot more in it with a different transmission. You got HP90 transmission or something like that.
This is still the original transmission that came in a Ram 1500. It's a 8 HP 70. It's the same transmission you'd find in like a Scat Pack.
Right, that's what I mean. But if you upgrade it to the Redeye transmission, different story.
Yeah. So that's the next thing. Is actually I'm gonna probably send this up to Sybil and get it built.
Yeah.
So we've already talked and whatnot. So once he builds it, then I can throw whatever I want at the truck. I can actually turn it up because it's not even 285.
Yeah. So it's
crazy.
If you got way more than enough injector. It's 1700.
I've got the injectors.
So you're ready to go lower and go a little smaller and make some big power.
Yeah.
Off we go. Yeah.
That's the plan.
Books.
Yeah. Not bad for cold tires,
It's squatted a lot.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Those tires make a big difference, don't they?
But I mean, those are on cold tires too, right?
Right. This thing squatted quite a bit for.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody thinks. Is like, oh, it's a truck. It's not going to go anywhere. But you saw it tilt it, right?
Yeah. This thing gets down, man. This thing's a sleeper.
Yeah.
Dude, this would be a fun truck to just hoon around in and mess with people.
Oh, definitely.
That's too funny. Yeah.
But it's just fun just to like. I like this one, like the Dakota, don't get me wrong, I love the Dakota, but the Dakota still drives like, a 20-something-year-old truck.
Yeah.
This, when you just want to like chill, hang out.
It feels literally like a factory truck.
Yeah, so you can just, cruise, you got all the amenities, everything comfort, and it drives straight, and then when you want it, it's on tap.
The power is there. So it's like a, kind of like a Mini TRX, sort of.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's faster than a TRX.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've seen people where they've taken out there's a few guys that have done it now, the conversion where they've taken out the rear door and shortened the cab or whatever they've done, right? But at the end of the day, though, that thing has a lot more heavier brakes, heavier suspension.
The whole thing's heavy, yeah. what, 2,000, at least 2,000 pounds heavier even than a Hellcat in a TRX.
Yeah, well, the other thing too is, you know, a lot of people obviously they want the 4-wheel drive for the traction, but you saw right there, like 2-wheel drive, we're not wasting as much power.
Well,
right?
you got that tire on the back.
Well, we're not wasting as much through the drivetrain, but we're putting it to the ground.
Now,
right?
if it was raining, it would be a completely different story.
True, but who wants to race in the rain?
Well, no,
we're in Florida, we're fine.
ET Street R's in the back, they are kind of sketchy in the rain. I can vouch for that. But that's really not what this truck was meant to do.
No, and I mean, when we took it to, you know, Mo Party in Bowling Green over there, we put on like regular street tires.
Well, yeah, you'd have to, right?
Yeah, and I had just, you know, regular wheels on it, all seasons, and obviously you can't get down with that, but yeah, once
you
we got
could,
there,
you might go sideways, but
true,
that's part of the fun.
Yeah, it's more of a driver's game at that point. Perfect time to punch it. We didn't get any there, but we left some tracks.
Yes, we did. It wasn't us, officer. It was the Prius up there.
We're just in a work truck. We're just on our way to work.
That's
Leave us
right.
alone.
That's right.
Maybe right here we'll get it.
Looks.
You can feel it, right?
It is a little floaty too. It's
well, there's a bit of a dip there, but you felt
what
it.
it was? Yeah.
You felt it like squat.
This
right?
thing really does squat quite a bit. I'm amazed. Now, what have you done anything to the suspension?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say definitely. Oh yeah, that's right. We looked at that. You
yeah,
did.
so we got
Because I can feel this thing squats way more, even in like a normal Hellcat would, on the street. I mean, you can really feel this thing squatting down.
Yeah. So
and
we
it just works.
Well, we got the Core 4x4 upgraded 4-link arms, then upgraded Core 4x4 panhard bar, QA1 double adjustables in the back. So she's dialed in. But that's what I'm saying. So right now these aren't even like, you know, we're on an unprepped surface.
Right.
So when you actually, when I go to the track, and the last time I went with the 10.6 was the bias ply on a 17, and it folded the tire and took off.
Just went. Yeah, they're known for that.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can just throw a Hellcat in one of these without doing some other stuff.
Yeah, so
to make it right and safe.
The other thing too is I did a lot of background work on this too. This is running full Hellcat PCM, so it's got the factory dual wideband O2 sensors. A lot of guys, most guys, some guys, I don't know how many guys, but they'll end up running
all the guys that are swapping Hellcats.
Well,
in
a lot of guys will go the easy route and they'll just run it on the 5.7 controller.
Yeah.
So, and you're not getting factory dual widebands, you're not getting a PWM controlled fuel pump. So, as you know, like the fuel pump on a Hellcat, it adjusts the fuel pressure like on the fly. So, a lot of guys will just run it on a static fuel pressure, and you know, if it runs lean, and that's the end of it.
Boom.
This is constantly changing on the fly, just like your Hellcat.
Yeah, no, you've done it right, and I'm just impressed at just the ride quality. I mean, it's obviously violently fast, but the ride quality is just really good in this. And there you go. Thank you so much for taking me for a ride in your badass truck. That thing is awesome. That is super, super cool.
Appreciate it, man.
Are you ever going to sell it?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants it, they can have it. As you can see, I've got way too many vehicles, so if one has to go, I'm not going to be upset about it.
I mean, it's pretty cool, dude. That was really neat. So we went, obviously, for a rip down the way, and that thing just hooks and books. I can't believe the way that truck squats.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure a lot of people are going to, you know, maybe be impressed or something.
I'm impressed.
In the comments.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody just assumes that it's going to just spin or not hook up. Oh, there's no weight in the back road. I can already hear it.
Dude, it hooks and books, man. That is really, really cool, that build he's done. And he's got a bunch, as you guys saw, so congratulations on the build, buddy. And we just talked about it. What do you guys think? This car over here, right? That car making all the power you're making. We don't know exactly. I mean, what do you think? It's probably making 1,100 horsepower.
I think it's got to be somewhere around there. If it's not, we're going to turn it up even more. So.
Versus the Demon 170. When I get it back, I think we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We'll go to the track and we'll race them and see who comes out on top. That should be fun.
It'll be a pedal fest.
Awesome, buddy. So go check out Boosted Motorsports channel. He's got a great channel, great guy. He builds these things like crazy and they're so cool. And buddy, thank you for having me out today.
Thank you for coming out.
Awesome, buddy. And we will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, RacerX.